What's going on, people? We are back once again, Not So Big Ben, with your host by his government name, Benjamin Sladek. I am here with my co-host,
Pro. You know what it is, man. It's your boy Pro at Prodent on Instagram. And we got a good one today, boys. We really do. We got some good stuff. My boy Poe in the back, man. I always appreciate my guy. We always appreciate my guy.
Got you back here, boys.
Man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? He works his ass off, so we appreciate him. Man, a lot to talk about in the football world.
A lot to talk about, and I almost forgot to do my traditional thing. Coors Banquet, I'm sorry, I still love you, you know, of course. Cheers.
Cheers. I don't have one, but cheers.
I'll suck a dick to get a sponsor for real, bro.
Complete pause.
And cut. Good episode.
Complete
boys.
pause.
We're out of here.
Come on.
I need like a complete pause and then let's skip. Anyways,
yes.
Going off to college football.
Yeah,
I mean,
huge weekend.
huge weekend. And if we're talking about something major, FSU had something happen that was pretty bad for one of their teammates.
Ethan Pritchard,
Yeah.
believe I don't know if it was before or after the Alabama game. It was like right at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Glad to see he's released from the hospital. I had no idea it was like a headshot until I saw him getting like wheeled out or stretchered out when he was released. And really cool thing to see his whole team surround him. I mean, I guess that kind of shows the team bonding that they have,
really,
or the respect they have. I mean, for this guy. I mean, he and because he's only a freshman too, so excuse me, that says a lot about him. But right now,
a lot about the program too. I mean, if you want to talk about the team itself, you know, they have a lot of transfers this year, and just to see how they can come together and be a team and you know, all support them like that. It shows a lot about the team and what they got there. But, you know, on the field, it could be something different, but off the field, you know, you'd always love to see something like that.
Well, and you wonder, I mean, because they had just taken a loss now to Pitt. They are now 3-3 and out of the top 25 now, I believe, or should be out of the top 25 at this point.
At this point,
And, I mean, obviously that I'm not trying to, like, you know, go from good to bad, but we have to call it like we see it on the field. And right now, I mean, we thought, like, you know, the win over Bama, maybe Bama's dead. That's another conversation later on here today. But now everyone's asking the question, is Mike Norvell done at Florida State? That's a big payout, and we just saw one actually this few days ago. James Franklin, after a very unexpected season, you know, where Drew Aller was projected to be the number one Heisman, or according to this guy in here at least.
Hey man, all I'm gonna say is, you know, maybe I can't all blame Drew for everything that was James Franklin's doing. Like, some of that, to me, was definitely on James Franklin. Like, look at some of the games he called. Look at some of the plays he called. Like, I mean, and you saw it time and time again. And this is a thing that we've saw for, 5, 10 plus years? Like, they can never win that big game. And
nope.
You see it. I've seen it, at least on the internet. People are decommitting from Penn State now because you don't see anything there, and it's crazy. They were one of these teams where you can talk about them, and they have such good talent. They have people surrounded by multiple types of states, and just everything going on that they have with the transfer unit, and like, they have the talent that they need to be there. What is it that's not driving that train? What is it that's not giving it the motion? And to me, you can say half of it was Drew, half of it was James, but I think you can really say most of it was James because, you know, he had a history of it.
Well, and you could also say that, but in the end, I mean, you forget right when he got hired, I believe it was in 2014, they were in a dark state. They had it was like just right after the Joe Paterno, Jerry Sandusky mess, and he pulled them out of there. I mean, like, they were relevant again. I mean, they had 2 years, I believe, of Bill O'Brien, who went on to go to the NFL and did his thing or whatever, I guess. But now and a lot of players have come out and said like that's their guy. I know the reason, you just said how they're all decommitting right now. When in reality, I mean, they're decommitting because they loved Franklin. And I'm pitching you up right now because I'm a diehard Virginia Tech fan. I want him to come to Virginia Tech. Yeah. I think he can reignite that program personally. Yeah. Well, we have that situation where we can't win the big one, maybe, but there is no big one in the ACC right now, personally. Like, UVA, I don't care that you're 5-1 right now. You're still irrelevant. Clemson, as long as Dabo's there. And I would live by the sword and die by the sword of my Bill Belichick take from a few days ago, or a few episodes ago.
It's looking better and better, honestly. And then James Franklin's record versus the top 10 in his tenure at Penn State, 4-21. That's not going to get it done there. No, it's not. But, the Big Ten is now significantly, and that was really when the Big Ten just had Ohio State and Michigan, too, for the majority of that. And now you got like Oregon and I guess USC if you want to throw them in there. They looked really good against Michigan on Saturday night, and then Michigan might be a fraud for all we know. But that being said, we're thinking Heisman favorites now at this point. For Indiana right now I know he's a little upset because he's an Oregon fan. But I do believe that Indiana, you could argue they're the best team in the country right now, and they might have the Heisman candidate on their team right now. And I believe if Fernando Mendoza was on there last year, I think they would have gone into South Bend and beat Notre Dame. I do. I'll stand on that.
And, I mean, he looks really clean in the pocket. I mean, when I watched that game against Oregon, I mean, he was lighting it up with throws. It was like, you get there, I'm throwing it. You get there, I'm throwing it. And he was putting it on the money, and they were mixing it up. I forget their running back's name. I think his last name's like Henry Jr. He was doing his thing. He was running the ball. We've always, as Oregon, we've always been a team that struggles against the run. Like, we struggle for some reason so bad. And it's kind of crazy because they're like the Cowboys in a way. Like, we have a good offense, right? We have a good offense, but our defense, like, struggles in big games. Like when it comes to, like, real big games, like, where we need to win, like, or these games will look good on our record, we struggle. Like, we almost get, like, kind of tense in the moment, and it's like we leave openings, and we have talent, and we just need to do things around that. But for Mendoza, it's like he's got everything he needs, and I mean, his coach just got an extension.
Yep.
Indiana definitely looks like a team, and they were a team last year. And everybody was saying, "Oh, you can't repeat that. That's a one-hit wonder team." And going off for right now, I mean, they're definitely looking like contenders.
Well, and I think a lot of it really relies on how they got a lot of people come back this year. Because really, I actually picked Indiana to beat Oregon, and I got called a madman. But I guess I don't know ball though. That's apparently what I was told. I just thought, like, I watched them, like, they're not supremely talented really, like, on the defensive or offensive side. They're just, like, fundamentally sound. Like, those linebackers, they were just making, like, it just felt like they were there. Like, they weren't missing many tackles against Oregon, and I felt like Dante Moore was under a lot of pressure in that game. Off not many big rushes.
Couldn't get open either.
Yeah, and Surratt for Indiana too.
Receivers that people are claiming to be next top receivers, that they looked, I mean, like you said, every time the ball was thrown, they were there, or somebody was in Dante's face. So definitely a team to be on the lookout for, because if you go to them and you think that we're just going to roll over you, or because you're Indiana that, you don't have that big name or you don't have that talent, that's not the team to think that about.
Well, and I will say, I think last year I would have taken Oregon against Indiana just because they were just getting there and realizing what they're like. When they played Ohio State in Ohio State last year, they were not ready for that one.
Yeah.
And again, that's no shame in that, honestly. I mean, Ohio State is Ohio State. I don't like them, but they're great. But now, like, I mean, I think this Indiana team this year right now could go in and beat Ohio State. Potentially, but that's another conversation. The Big Ten really right now, and I hate it, might be one of the more underrated conferences. Nebraska right now, I think they're all the way back. If you watch, I mean, I know they had a close one with Maryland. Maryland's been a tough ball club this year. What do we think of apartments, though? But if nobody knows what that is, that's what they call Dylan Raiola apartments because he's trying to be like Patrick Mahomes or whatever. I'm
not going to say he's bad because he's been playing good, but he had not quite the same like Arch Manning hype, but he had so much hype around him. And when you watch the games, and almost like you almost like kind of want more from him. I wouldn't say he's bad though.
I mean, when you have what he has, right? When you're trying to capture that Patrick Mahomes aura and like the media attention he got from that alone set him apart as like, oh, this guy is, this guy's trying to be like blah, 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 and this guy's trying to look like him. And, people clowned him or whatever. But, I mean, he's doing his thing. I'd like to say I want to see more from him. Do I think Nebraska will be a team to contend with? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. And, we'll see how the season goes, but I mean, at this point, like I said, the real thing and the constant thing that I will always say about football in general is being consistent every single game. And Nebraska is going to have to play those teams where, you might go into, a LSU or, a Missouri or, a team that you can go in and you can find and they're going to give you problems if you don't prepare yourself. So I think Nebraska as a team, they look sharp. They have to continue that. But, Raiola himself is a guy that I think if he continues his role as, being a guy who can lead a team that, seems like a leader in that, QB room at Nebraska, I think they could have some real positive effects.
Might lose his coach. Matt Rule's at Penn State.
Just about to bring that up. Yeah, Matt Rule might go. That would if Nebraska and Penn State played and he returned to Nebraska. I think I'd have the National Guard trying to protect him almost because those Nebraska fans out there who they eat so much corn that they lose all their teeth and all they know is Nebraska football out there. They don't give a damn about the NFL.
You always need teams like that.
You do.
Love those teams like
but
that.
That's this thing. They hadn't been so relevant, and I'm glad they're kind of back now. Yeah. But this seems to happen with Matt Rule, at least in the college level. Didn't happen in the NFL for him.
Yeah, great coach.
Year 3, it always turns around, but then it seems like after 3 years, anywhere he just dips and goes. But college coaches that we've lost that are legendary. I shouldn't say lost, he's still around. He's been fired. Mike Gundy, what a guy. The mullet flying on that sideline, but it did have to happen. It seems the Oklahoma State program is in shambles right now, but they probably had the best moment in college football all season this year, at least fan-wise. Y'all saw that, right?
Mm-mm.
So I guess this guy, 2 guys just randomly started taking off their shirt and waving it like a terrible towel.
I saw.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know it was Nebraska. I saw that.
Yeah, and then it's just 30, tons of people in the stands. They're getting their ass kicked by Houston.
I see that. They were losing the game.
Yeah, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That.
It is you know what? If you're not they adapted the European soccer mindset.
It's half empty. Yeah.
I don't know where you go from here because that was he had one of the most legendary rants.
I don't remember if it was after a game, but like he yelled at a reporter. Oh my God. Like he got fired the same day of the anniversary where he just, I don't know, but Mike Gundy, you done good.
It's like over some reporter or what he said.
Yeah, he like took out a newspaper and said,
you know, like he's just a kid. You don't do that to a kid. I'm a man.
That was before things went like viral too. He went viral before it was easier to go viral, I suppose.
And I think that same year it was like the Tim Tebow "I Promise" speech after losing to like Ole Miss, when Ole Miss was not a relevant program and still will not be a relevant program. I mean, hopefully this won't age like milk, but I think Ole Miss is going to get dog walked by Georgia coming this Saturday.
Yeah, and you know, Georgia is looking like a program. I mean, the loss to Bama. I mean, Bama's kind of on the roll right now.
Bama's back. Bama's
Simpsons,
back.
But
Ty Simpson's the Heisman.
I mean,
baby.
Georgia's always going to be a team that's going to be a contender. I mean, it's just a program that they build and the team that they have around them. I mean, you can never really count Georgia out no matter who they lose to. So, I do think that Georgia wins that game for sure. And that'll be another game that for them, if they do win, will just admit how good they are as a team. Because, I mean, you can say what you want, but Ole Miss is a good team.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
they did have to fight like hell to beat Washington State, though, at home. So that's my one concern. But, again, this could be a freezing cold take, whatever. That's college football. College football has been a lot of fun this year because we really don't know who's going to win it. And I think we could say the same thing about the NFL right now. And, I mean, I'm hoping that I'm right, but maybe, just maybe, we will definitely have a new Super Bowl champion because the Philadelphia Eagles, I'll say it right now, you're done. You are done. You're garbage. What did Damian Priest say? You're done. You're washed. Like, I don't understand. Like, they ran against the Giants, Saquon Barkley, on the first 2 plays, 30 yards on 2 carries. And then it's like, let's just throw the ball the rest of the game. Yeah. Like, how fucking stupid. Great, because, you know, Jackson Dart and Cam Scattaboo. Cam Scattaboo might be my favorite player because he just makes me think of Stone Cold going, that's how a white man runs that football. And apparently he's just a downright idiot according to his teammates, but he's the meathead you want on your team. And, I mean, I don't know how you watch his game against Texas last year and say, yeah, that's got 4th round pick, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the Eagles, man, it's like, you know, like I said, it's the beginning of the season, but I'm starting to worry a little bit now. Just a little bit more because who was the team that you were going against? You were going against a rookie quarterback with a receiver that was hurt, an offensive line that is questionable every time that they play.
And they whooped their ass up front.
And they did what they needed to do to make that a game, and it was a game. And Jackson Dart, and I mean, like you said, Cam, I mean, they look like the next duo. I mean, to be honest, with a team like that, I mean, you know what I'm saying? They have guys that I think if you can build a system around that, get them hype, you know, get them really feeling, and, you know, don't pump their heads too much. Right. We don't want to make them feel like they're the, you know, the overall best thing in the world, because you still got to prove it at the end of the day. It's the NFL. That's one game. You can't take it but one game at a time. But at the end of the day, you have to build yourself up. You just beat the Eagles, right? You're a rookie quarterback. They won the Super Bowl last year, and I mean, they're having their own problems, but who can say as a rookie quarterback that I'm beating, you know what I'm saying, my first year, a Super Bowl team that won last year? Not too many quarterbacks.
No, and to go off of that, the Giants are a weird team. I mean, the last time I was on here, I said that Dart looked like shit, which he did against the Saints. But, I mean, it's weird. You beat the Chargers and the Eagles, and then you lose to the Saints. So, like, that's why, like, you know, after that one game against the Eagles, they want to throw him in the elite conversation. Like, anytime somebody has a good game, they want to be like, oh, he elite. Like, let's slow it down. That's why I was saying that about Bo Nix last year, because I'm like, hey, like, I still think he has a lot to prove. Like, you know, I mean, like, there's just bigger things in mind than being like the 1 year guy. And it's like, obviously there's a lot to be excited about, but, you know, Daniel Jones probably played just as good his first 2 games, if not better. So, and now I know Daniel Jones is playing better now. And
the Colt. I mean, well, let's stay on this Giants thing for right now. I mean, I know some Eagles fan came up. He's like, oh, well, we didn't have Jalen Carter and Quinyon Mitchell went out. I'm like, that's just two guys. You have a bunch of other dudes on defense. Like, and the Giants' offensive line isn't so good to the point where every time they ran the football, you guys were getting gashed off the ball 5 yards. I mean, what the hell? You're thinking like, whenever we had our opportunity to go, it's like, oh, this guy's up, next man up. Like, go, you're in the NFL, go make a damn statement. Yeah. We don't need a guy who was a murderer, by the way. Oops, shit. Oh, sorry, Jalen. And you spit on a dude. I mean, what a great guy, right?
I mean,
fuck him.
I'm not going to say too much about him, but I mean, it's a weird situation, at least where I'm seeing it in the NFL. It's like, can a team really be dominant anymore? It's like, do we even have those anymore? Where it's like,
well, you're not allowed to play defense.
That are, undefeated for, up to week 10, week 11. Like, you don't see that anymore, like, ever. And I mean, there's a talent difference, you can say, right? Like, teams have better talent. College players are better than they used to be. You can say that, but at the end of the day, it's like, people are expecting you, if you're good, or if at least if you were good and you got a ring, which is not easy to do in the NFL, for you to have that same consistency in the next year and saying, I can play and I can use the players that I know I can use to win games, like Saquon.
Yep.
And I don't think they utilized him as much and as well as they should have. And, their wide receivers are saying a bunch of stuff, and maybe it's a little dysfunctional in the locker room, but, who's to say? But, I can tell you who's not dysfunctional, and that's the Giants. And they're looking to roll. They're looking to roll. I mean, they've had injuries, but can you say that they're dysfunctional at this point?
Yeah, you can, because Joe Shane's the guy that is still their general manager that's been handing out shitty contracts for years, and Brian Daboll looks like he's one happy meal away from a heart attack. And
player-wise, though, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true.
Player-wise, it seems like people are really like even some of the older guys on the Giants, they're really, Jameis Winston, like they're really hyping up Jackson Dart, and they're really wanting him to do good. And when you have a team that really wants somebody to do good, it always helps.
Jameis Winston's the ultimate teammate, though. Like really anywhere he goes, and I wish he'd get a chance somewhere. Personally, I do.
Like you said last time, I thought he should have got a chance at the Bengals.
Agreed.
And I think he's like you said, a better quarterback than Joe Flacco. I mean, he moves way better than Joe Flacco.
So does a traffic cone.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing. It's just,
I think Ben Roethlisberger in retirement right now moves better than Joe Flacco.
Yeah, you could. I mean, because they're, that's their same era right there. Like around that time, they were
something like that.
And they're both in their primes, probably around the same time. But it just goes to show, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think, like I said, going back to the Giants, when you have that culture, it really gives you some hope, and that's what the Giants need. Hope. When have the Giants had hope? You know what I'm saying?
Long time.
It's been a while.
Eli Manning. Long time.
So it feels good to them, and I think they should capitalize off it.
Yeah, and, take what you can right now. I mean, obviously they're not going to win the Super Bowl or anything this year, so enjoy. I mean, beating the Eagles is like kind of their Super Bowl, so they'll take it as it is. But, I guess Miles Garrett lost his Super Bowl, though, this past Sunday, and Pro Football Focus still gave him like an 82 for committing one tackle. I can't wait till Pro Football Focus goes out of business because they don't know jack shit about the sport. I mean, like they'll be like, oh, Troy Polamalu, yeah, he made the sack, but he was supposed to be in cover 3 and prevent. But like, oh, big whoop, he made a 20-yard sack. Oh, we're a bunch of new. Yeah, like fuck you. I'm so sick of those guys. But anyways, Miles Garrett though, I got a message for you. Real loud and clear.
You better be careful.
Oh, no, I will not be careful.
Yeah. This goes for him only then, because that nigga's a tank. I'm not doing nothing with that. You know what I'm saying? So.
But no, hear me out. I heard him after the game saying, I'm tired of this losing shit. Like, it was so cool watching the Steelers get a bunch of sacks.
Who gives a fuck about how many sacks you get? And I'm so tired of the Browns fans kissing this guy's ass. This guy wanted to leave your franchise because he straight up admitted in the offseason, and somebody here correct me if I'm wrong, this team is not meant to win a championship. I want out. Trade me. And then they hand him $40 million. He's like, oh, yep, okay. I'll bend the knee and do whatever you guys want. And now you're just all like mopey and groany about how your team continues to lose. You knew what you were signing up for. Nobody wants to hear that anymore.
I mean, but at the end of the day, you still don't want that to happen. Like, can we be like, okay, Miles Garrett is the best in his position right now.
Stop it. No.
Yes, he is.
Shut up.
Yes, he is.
Shut up.
If you've seen Miles Garrett's game, oh my goodness, he is at least top 3. No way you can't say that. I mean, he's hurt right now, right?
Anytime he plays against the Steelers, they put milk cartons.
But there's no way. I've seen highlights of the way he moves. The way he moves for how big he is.
I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just tired of the moping and the bitching from this guy.
But you don't want that. It's an organization problem. We've seen it with the Browns time and time again. It's a problem with them. Like it's you can see it in their game.
And he knew that, and he took the $40 million and went right back.
Would you not?
No.
If you want to commit to a team, right? That you know, right? You have loyal.
Money
fans.
doesn't buy happiness at the end of the day.
Fans. Wait, but you got to think. I have my kids here. I have my family here.
You don't have kids.
Like,
at least I don't.
I don't know if he has kids, but he's got a family here. He's probably got people that he's well established there. It's like, so it's like, I'm gonna take $40 million in a place that I'm well established in, but at the same time, I'm gonna want and expect more of my team if I'm a player in my position that I'm top 3 in. Because I could go anywhere else and he could go anywhere else and I bet add a whole lot to a team. A whole lot to a team. Especially with the weapons that they have now going into teams like, like a Bills or a team that just needs that one player to help them, impact them. And
Bills
so,
definitely could use him.
I think, real talk, I think he deserves to say that because he stayed for it. And, I mean, he's taking more money, but he's deserved more money.
And it's obviously not his fault, too. The Browns are paying 8 quarterbacks right now. I just looked it up. They're paying 8. It's crazy.
A franchise thing. Like, what are you doing? Like,
but he knew that, and that's why he wanted out. And then he bended the knee and went right back.
I mean, but at the same time, I can't hate on him from wanting more from a franchise, even if they pay you. It's like, okay, you can pay me this amount of money, but at the same time, you're making decisions like that as a franchise. Come on.
But I just don't think the guy's a leader at the end of the day. I don't, because
maybe not be a leader.
He's the one who voted for Baker to get out of the building, as far as I know.
And I mean,
he wanted Deshaun Watson in. He signed off on it.
OBJ heard that too, and his dad. OBJ and his dad was a bunch of social media stuff. Anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't hate on his talent, though, bro.
I'm not. No doubt. If the Pittsburgh Steelers wanted him right now, I'd be like, no, come on in. I mean, no doubt about it. But I don't know where he'd really, I guess, because we're a 3-4 and he's played in a 4-3. So I don't know if he'd shift to, basically a defensive tackle or if he'd be an outside line. I mean, really, he could play wherever he wants to. But, you brought up the Bills right now, and I'm just going to say it right now. This could be a scorching hot take. The Buffalo Bills are the most overrated team in football, and Josh Allen is the worst MVP winner in history. History.
That is definitely a scorching take because I am not going to say all of it is on Josh Allen.
I'm not saying it is. I don't think he deserved the MVP last year, though.
The way he... if you see, I don't know, because you watch these games and
he threw 2 picks.
He moves like an elite quarterback. If you want somebody, right, to say go look at film of an elite quarterback, you can put Josh Allen in that.
No doubt.
And you can say go look at that because he makes plays out of nothing. First of all,
yep.
He'll have nothing to do. Nothing, and he'll make a play. He'll throw it up, and he's got the arm strength. He can put it there. So, to me, the Bills' defense is the problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Big time.
Because we see the Bills can score, right?
Yep.
The Bills can score.
Not on Monday night, they couldn't.
I mean, and Atlanta was a whole different story, and we'll talk about them. But, I mean, I don't feel like we can go back to, this season, starting from week 1, and say that the offense has been the reason why they've been losing games. Or it's been Josh Allen. I do think, though, like you said, as a team, they really need to do some thinking now because Atlanta was not a team that they should have lost to.
No, and I mean, I think right now Michael Penix is getting better. But I mean, he had that one bad game in Carolina, but overall he's played relatively good games. I mean, had Tampa Bay on the ropes week 1, and and Drake London's finally looking like an established receiver. Bijan Robinson is just nasty. No two ways about it.
Oh, my goodness.
That 81-yard touchdown run he had on Monday was incredible. And they have a pass rush now, too, Atlanta does. And, I mean, I know Buffalo doesn't really have any wideouts right now, and they didn't use James Cook as much as I wish they did. But, at the end of the day, you look at their wins. Baltimore, which at the time we thought good win, but now they're 1-5. They beat the Dolphins 0-6. They beat the Jets. Dolphins are 1-5. The Jets are 0-6, and the Saints are 1-5. They haven't. The two teams they've played that have multiple wins, the Patriots and Atlanta, have lost. Now Drake May is a dark horse right now for MVP, in my opinion. Week 1, he did not look so great against the Raiders, and people were potentially saying, oh, he's a bust. And now they're like, oh, we might have just found our next Tom Brady or whatever. And that's what this business is. It's just a bunch of overreactions. But I think Drake May is doing a lot for not having as much. And Stephon Diggs, ever since he got Cardi B pregnant, has been playing on another level.
Well, I mean, you got to think, the Patriots did great with the draft. I mean, the guys that they got in the draft, I think they won the draft. To me, they had the – coming in with Campbell and then, Travion Henderson and, all
if they ever use him, I mean, Travion Henderson.
Which I think, use him more.
Yeah.
He's a player that, if you look back at
he doesn't fumble.
At Ohio State, he doesn't fumble, and he's versatile. You can send him out on a flat and send him to beat one man, and he'll beat that one man. I guarantee you, if you put him against one man, a cornerback, he will find a way to get through the cornerback, and get to where he needs to get. And I think as a player, I mean, he's one of those kind of, undercover players. It's give him a few years, man, and he's gonna take off. It's just about using him. But Patriots as a whole, I mean, as a program and as a franchise, they're really trying to establish themselves and really trying to find themselves under Drake May. And he's really trying to take that on. And, I mean, so far, can you say he hasn't?
I mean, I think every game this year except for one, he's completed at least 75% of his passes and thrown 2 touchdowns. So he's doing his thing. I mean, and I don't like it, but they might be back. And right now, I believe they're in first place. We'll see if that stays. They now play the Titans coming up, I think, soon.
They should win.
And the Titans just fired Brian Callahan, their coach, who it's funny because the Patriots have Mike Vrabel now. They fired Mike Vrabel's got 4 wins in 1 season. Brian Callahan had 4 in 1.5 seasons. So I don't know what they're doing. And I think Cam Ward, it sucks because I do think he is really talented and the stats won't show it, but he's already set up to fail. Your head coach gets fired after 6 games. Your receiving core is kind of shit. Your offensive line stinks. And the Titans, they had to do that. I mean, it wasn't going up, but I think their interim head coach is now Mike McCoy, if I'm not mistaken, who was a head coach for the Chargers. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. That's another guy who I think is kind of behind the times, though. But so that'll be a fun ass kicking, I would think. But one thing that we do need to discuss is your Dallas Cowboys. I mean, they could use a running back like Rico Dowdle, I'll say.
Yeah. I mean, you're not lying. I think, with the Cowboys, like we talk about all the time, it's really a defensive problem.
Yeah.
defense, like I said, they win games, and if you can't have somebody consistently going after the quarterback when you need them, and cornerbacks where they need to be in their spots, it's like you're going to continue to lose these games, and you're going to continue to make your offense do more, which creates more injuries on the offense because they have to do so much to win games, and they have to score so much and try to do these things because the defense can't perform to what they need to. And, you know, as a franchise, I think we're definitely at a middle ground. I feel like, you know, we're not like so bad just yet, but at the same time, we're kind of at this constant space where it's like, all right, we need to get something done, and we at least need to make the playoffs this year. I think if we don't make the playoffs, that's definitely something we're going to have to talk about, and definitely going to be something we're going to have to ask questions about in the office, and, you know, maybe potentially moving some guys and firing some guys.
Eberflus definitely being one of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, and what I've seen so far with the Carolina Panthers too, I mean, Bryce Young and Ted McMillan seem like a duo that was like they were one that needed each other. Like Bryce Young finally found his guy. Mm-hmm. He stepped up as a vocal leader. And maybe when Chuba Hubbard comes back, they'll have a nice 1-2 punch. And their defense is way better than they were last year. So, I mean, they might be a team to watch out for. I mean, I don't know if their competition they've been playing has been great. But, you know, there's been a lot of great NFL news outside of that too. You know, with Baker Mayfield, I think is our leading MVP candidate. Throwing to his 4th and 7th string receivers, and that 3rd and 14 run might have been my favorite run all year against San Francisco. And yeah, a lot to be excited about. And Jackson Smith-Njigba, that's another guy right now who might be the next Ohio State wide receiver who is just the stud. And Sam Darnold might have found his home in Seattle. I still think the world of Jacksonville right now. Liam Cohen's, I know we don't like him here supposedly, if you watch his post-game message after that loss, I think that's just the guy you want to go play for. But again, that's just my personal opinion after watching that video. And another fight that had happened was a Lions and Chiefs game. I don't know what to make of that. I mean, because we're going to go into fight. We're going to talk about fighting soon, but let's talk about fighting after that game. What do we all think of Brian Branch after that?
I mean, you know, I get it. You know, tempers flare, and you know, you feel some type of way after the game. But I just don't think you should ever be in a state of mind like that to ever go do something like that or confront somebody like that. And in that situation, I just think it was dumb. It was really dumb to let your emotions get to you like that, to have somebody get under your skin like that, to draw that out of you. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you're an example to people. You know what I'm saying? You're an NFL player, so, you know, to have that look and, you know, to let that be a thing where you can have that get under your skin and have people get under your skin and cause you to do stuff like that and act out in that way. It's just, it's unfortunate for you, man, and it's no hate to you, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like you're in a position where a lot of guys would kill to be in, and you know, at the end of the day, it's something you can't do.
And your secondary was already hurting, and now you're suspended for a game. Yeah. And you do that with no time left of the game. Where was that fight probably about 2-3 quarters ago? That's my question. Yeah. And I have to, before we talk about fighting right now, I saw this text on my phone a few minutes ago while you were saying all that. I saw a hypothetical trade of A.J. Brown to Pittsburgh, and we give up Pat Freiermuth and Alex Highsmith, and I just say, no way. No way would I do that.
I wouldn't do it either.
No way. I'm not giving up 2 players for that guy. But that being said, according to my notes that I have right here, as these were just announced the other day, and I had to keep track of them because so many fights were announced. UFC 323 right now is looking pretty stacked. Merab and Yan for the rematch. How about Merab turn around so quickly? We also have Pantoja versus Van, which is the fight I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
Brandon Moreno versus Tatsuro Taira. Jan Blachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov. Henry Cejudo takes on Peyton Talbot, who's really jumping up in competition.
Really on a roll.
And a few underrated matchups we have here. We got Chris Duncan versus Terrence McKinney. Faraz Ziam versus Nazim Sadikov. Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres. And Marvin Vittoria versus Bruno Ferreira.
Yeah. I mean, and that whole card stack, but just going to that Pantoja fight, I think that's going to be a fun fight, bro. I mean, like...
Van's plus 210 right now. I'm putting all of it on there.
I mean, Van, he's such an exciting fighter.
Yep.
I mean, he's literally coming off probably one of the best fights in UFC history that I've been seeing from people saying all around the world with Brandon Norvell. And
on short notice, too.
I mean, his style, like, it's a style that I feel like is challenging for Pantoja. I mean, he's going to be in his face. He's going to throw. And, we haven't really seen his ground game. That's the only thing I'm really worried about is if Pantoja takes it to the ground, I don't think it'll be any chance for him. So if he can keep it staying up, it'll be a good fight.
It should be a good fight. And I think that Moreno and Taira fight also on that card will be a fun one and probably determine the next challenger, I think, at that point. I mean, depending on how that fight goes. But another one for UFC 322 that got announced late, and I got to say this, Sean Brady's a badass for taking this fight. Sean Brady could be fighting for a title fight right now, is fighting probably the most dangerous guy at 170 that no one's talking about, Michael Morales.
And I mean, Michael Morales, man, I mean, if you want to talk about precision striking, like placing your punches there, like feints, I mean, the guy has it. And this fight right here is a real test for Sean Brady and also for Michael. I mean, if he can take out a guy like Sean Brady, I mean, what does that say about him? And
he's up next.
What does that say about, what he's got and looking for next? I mean, but Sean Brady's in that same boat. Like, if he knocks out this dude or finishes this dude, even, a decision, it shows, he's in that, right in that boat of the talks for next to be a contender. And, man, that's just a crazy fight. Like, the UFC's putting on so many good fights in years, man. And yeah, that fight, I don't think it goes all rounds. I think somebody gets finished.
Yeah, I mean, if it goes all rounds, I think Brady wins that fight. That's the thing.
I do think that too.
But we're thinking, like, with the big hypotheticals, if you will, do you think this is too big of a step up for Peyton Talbot against Henry Cejudo?
Well, you have to look at, Peyton Talbot's loss, right? Where was his struggle, right? On the ground.
Yeah.
Right? And when you look at Henry, what is Henry an Olympic?
He's a wrestler and a Golden Glove boxer.
I mean, so you're looking at a real challenge here, and I mean, you can say, Henry's not what he used to be, but at the same time, he's still Henry fucking Cejudo, so... at the end of the day, it's a real challenge. And, I mean, can he take the step up? I don't know. We'll see. I think he definitely, has to use his striking. Leg kicks. I think if he gets to the inside of Cejudo early, it'll definitely damage him. Because Cejudo can have problems sometimes with body shots. So I think if he can work his way through that and, find his technique, he'll be able to get it done, but it'll be a test.
It will be. And, I mean, if Cejudo loses this fight, I don't see where he goes after this. That's the thing. But, we're thinking we love to see our legends get wins. This past weekend, Charles Oliveira, round 2, first person to ever finish Matheus Gamrot. I was so happy to see that. We love some Chucky Olives here. I do, at least. I don't know about you.
No, I mean, like I said, Charles is a fan favorite. I mean, you love to see, him do his thing. And, he's such a great guy and just a great personality overall. I mean, if you see him in interviews and just talking to people, and even, like, in Brazil, he's just such a nice person. So you always want to see him win. And, I mean, but at the end of the day, he is that guy, off and, not in the cage, but when he's in the cage, man, he's a different animal, and don't let him take your back. That's all I gotta say.
I was gonna say Mataus willingly grappled with that guy. I was like, that's bold.
Yeah.
That is bold. I know he's never been finished,
take
but
your back, because I mean,
he got on that and it was over. I mean,
it's like literally like a claw, like just.
And what sucks, the fact, like, you watch that fight and you see the crowd support Oliveira. I'm like, the fact that he never got to defend his title in Brazil as a champion really
sucked.
because
Dana would have made a lot of money off that if he would have did that.
And I think he had to know that after watching that.
Yeah.
But good for him. And I mean, eventually, and the fact Poatan hasn't even fought for in front of Brazil yet. At least I don't think so. And he could have at 301, which would have been better. But that's another conversation. A lot of fights to look forward to say the least. And I'm forgetting what was also on that Brazil card. There was some incredible. Golly, who was the Peterson, the heavyweight who got flat, like it was like almost a cartoon like knockout. Thomas Peterson against I'm forgetting the guy's name. It was like Vitor Petrino, maybe. Maybe I don't know, but
I don't think I seen that.
You didn't? Oh my God, it was hilarious. I was like, whoa. But switching over to their other TKO partner, WWE, we witnessed probably the greatest wrestling match tributes in between all of that. John Cena, AJ Styles, take a bow.
Yeah, man, I got a hand clap.
Yeah, for sure,
that was a match, man. I mean, and everybody wanted that, right?
Yep.
Everybody was.
They had to bully Triple H into making it too.
They had to bully Triple H to get that, and I mean, at the end of the day, you see why. Exactly why.
Yep.
I mean, they put on a classic match, and they paid tribute. I mean, John Cena and AJ Styles to be doing the stuff that they're doing at the age that they're doing it at.
Unreal.
I mean, it's unreal, and I mean, that match will forever go down in history.
And now AJ Styles is going to retire next year, and man, I think I'm going to be more emotional over that than John Cena, personally, just because I've watched AJ Styles since he was in, like, New Japan, TNA. Yeah. And, man, that, like, wearing the TNA shorts, coming out, like, getting the TNA introduction, the Bullet Club, I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
And, this is why I don't miss Vince McMahon, because that would have never happened under him.
Nope, not under him. And, I mean, that's a different story with him, too. But, I mean, if you go back to just WWE in general, I mean, NXT and WWE, man, they're really lighting it up. And I mean, if you want to talk about who's really lighting it up, Stephanie Valkyrie. I mean, looking awesome. I mean, just, won that crown jewel. And
I'm glad that was not in Saudi Arabia with Tiffany Stratton, and I won't say why.
Perfect place for it to happen. I think Australian crowds are awesome, man. They always bring out
oi.
best. I mean, and so I want to ask you this question if we're going off, and this is just a general question.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're arguing competitive sports, and this is for you too, Bo, competitive sports, who has the best crowds internationally? I'm going to go with, if you are, if I was from this place.
All sports?
If I was from this place and I competed for a sport, I would say this place. Yes, and I'm talking all sports. I'm thinking mainly more like sports that go more international, like, boxing and like UFC and,
You could say England, I guess. France, maybe.
England, because they will, especially if it's a fight that they really want to see, they will back it up and they will make the event, so fun and so, just give it that atmosphere. And if we're going to go off crowds, I think England gets it.
No doubt. And a crowd that was hot this past Sunday did you watch the TNA?
Yeah.
You did. That was incredible seeing Javon Evans and I forget the guys, Leon Slater. Those guys put on a show.
My goodness, young guys too, man, and they're they're around our age doing their thing and looking like elite talent, looking like guys that know what they're doing, and they've had experience. These guys have probably been doing it since they've been in early teenagers years, and so
it's so advanced for them too right now.
It's crazy.
Imagine when they get older. Oh my God.
I mean, and it just shows, WWE partnering with
it's been
TNA
great
and
buying AAA
everything.
Yeah. And we got that Dirty Dom, the neck tat, whatever, champ in AAA. And, the other great things that happened at the TNA match were the Hardy Boys and Dudley Boys having one last send-off. It almost made me cry.
Boys, man.
I love them both.
I love the Hardy Boys.
But obviously, I think if, you could probably, I don't want to speak for your kind, but it seems like I don't know a single black person that hates the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. If you want to be honest, Jeff Hardy is invited to any cookout he wants.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, any cookout that he would ever want to be at. And, I've seen videos of, because his daughter will post TikToks of him, together. And, in the comments, it'll be I hope you know you're invited to every cookout in the world, literally, because of who your dad is. And it's true. Literally, Jeff Hardy, put a staple just... Not even just just his aura, of who he was as a person back then. He just captivated so many people. I mean, in multiple cultures, not even just black, but I mean internationally. So he will always be good in the hood. If that's what they say. You always gonna be good, brother.
And before we sign off real quickly, I want to give a quick round of applause for Mike Santana. Congrats on being the TNA champion. Love it. There. Love to hear it.
So glad that your daughter got to be there too.
Yep. Glad he went over this time and it was the perfect timing. Yeah. But a lot of great events coming up. We're so thankful that you guys tune in every week. Hope to, one day connect with those. So that would be an honor for me and for him and for our producer too. Thank you for everything. God bless. Have a great night. Cheers.